to do research is to seek to understand the world around you. And our world is very much related to language, and the world of language is sophisticated, phenomenon, as well as complicated. Okay, and this is probably, I really repeated this a few times to you. Many scholars who studied language, they studied language for a purpose. And this is why we need to develop a purpose for our study of language. No matter, language doesn't mean to speak a language, but to know about language, how it is developed, how the history of language, language acquisition, how language is taught, how language is manifested in communication in our society, how that languages differ, why people would speak different languages, different dialects, why they would maintain their own linguistic identity, etc. All these are very big questions in the field of language. How language is planned, what are the problems that are faced with language policies. All these issues are very important that we need to have in mind as we develop a sense of understanding as well as a purpose of studying language, as a purpose of studying language or studying about language. I'll just go back a little bit to what we went through by trying to look at what we mean by research in general, the research process, what is social research in specific, and here we might include linguistic research as part of it, and move into this step where we look at research is a scientific process. It's not based on what we think or what we feel or what we want to be, but what the real issue is. And objectivity is a very important issue in doing research. وَلَا يَجْرُمَنَّكُمْ شَنْآنُ قَوْمٍ عَلَىٰ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا. Sometimes we've got to spell out the truth, even if it is against our own desire. Okay, so it involves systematic collection of methods to produce knowledge, and the word systematic collection is very important, that you follow a systematic way, a well-organized way. Okay, it is objective, as we mentioned, the research process. It can tell you things you don't expect. And this is what is really fascinating about research. You might come up with results that you have never thought of to be true. Okay, it consists of theory and observation. وهذا اللي تكلمت عنه. إن you cannot do scientific research without being based on established theory. What do you mean that established theory? The previous work could be anything written about this topic. Established theory means a theoretical paradigm in which you base your research. Okay, a theoretical paradigm, well-known theoretical paradigm, recognized theoretical paradigm. You may initiate your theory, you may disagree, but you recognize the existence of such paradigms. Okay, so let's move on features of scientific process. And scientific process. وهذا جميل إن they said scientific process. They didn't say scientific research. But we talk about social research that is following scientific process. نحن we call it social sciences. Okay? People refer to them as sciences. We mentioned that we have basic sciences and we have soft sciences. طبعا يقول لك sometimes called soft sciences because their subject matter are humans. This is why we call it soft science. And they're hard to measure precisely. أنا ممكن أعرف لو أحط قطرتين ماء على هذا ما أدري يحصل. But easy to do. But with human beings, it's not really as easy as we think. It is an empirical research. Example facts are assumed to exist prior to theories that explain them. وهذا ما صحيح. طبعا empirical إيش معناته empirical? Based on experience. Yeah, empirical, based on collecting data. Okay, very ما هو practical. خلونا practical الله يجزاك خير. طبعا هذه معانيها. There is theoretical research and empirical research. Theoretical research, I could make assumptions about language. I don't have to go to the field, just like Chomsky is doing. Most of his research is not empirical research. It is purely theoretical research. ما عمره Chomsky راح قاعد مع الأولاد وما أدري شو. People would do that later on, okay? But he would make it on theoretical assumptions, on logical assumptions. Okay, you make the logic. He was, طب لو تلاحظ the language acquisition, they have the logical problem of language acquisition. What is it? That's true. How could a child speak in such a sophisticated manner with no prior knowledge that would require people to study for years and not be able to reach that? This is a theoretical research. Some of the results of research could be practical, I mean applicable. And it could be theoretical, okay? طبعا احنا نتكلم عن basic and pure research which aims to develop, this is نتكلم عن applied and pure basic research. And this is Abdullah. We'll go to this, which is pure or basic research aims at developing a body of general knowledge for the understanding of human social behavior by means of a combination of empirical inquiry, mean you go in the field and collect data, and application of theory. Okay, you link what you collect, the information that you get, the assumption that you reach, with the theory. Does it conform to it or disagrees with it? Okay, then we have applied or policy-oriented research. It provides knowledge and information that can be used to influence social policy, something that you collect from the field, okay, that may affect certain issues. I'll give an example. We at King Khalid University said, we don't need any virtual classes. We think virtual classes are not really helping our students to learn. It's a waste of time. Then let's go investigate. Who are the subjects here? The students. How can we find out if they have learned or not? Questionnaire, but questionnaire could be subjective. It's a reactionist. But you could apply tests. We could have research groups. One group that we teach through virtual classes, another group that we have face-to-face, whatever, contact classes. Then we see some measurements. أنا ما أبغى أدخل الديتيلز. I wanted to go to the details later on. لكن they gave different forms of social research. Basic research, which is done by academics. Applied research is conducted by applied social researchers employed by sponsors. طبعا عادة نحن يطلبون تبحث عن قضية معينة. They sponsor you to do it. For example, if we have a phenomena of Allahumma salli ala Rasulillah, that we have a very positive phenomena in our society nowadays, that people care for not wasting food. Okay, and we look at the good practices that take place in the field. ونقول لك يا أخي خذ هذه مليون ريال وأنتم فريق عمل جمعيات خيرية وما أدري شو academics, a group of people go and do this. Then أنا as a researcher I cannot do it. I cannot do all this. وهذه المشكلة احنا نواجهها في البحث العلمي إنه يبغونك أنت تسوي كل شيء. ما عندك فريق عمل ولا عندك شيء ولا عندك sponsors. You cannot do this, and it's a joke. Okay. ولهذا other nations really succeeded by doing so. ولهذا, and this is why you need to focus on what you want to do, because it's based on what you can do. في حاجات I want to do these things, but am I capable of doing them? Do I have the resources of doing them? ولهذا many things exist around us in the world that we can deal with. Success for basic social researchers is when results are published in a peer-reviewed journal and have an impact on the scientific community. هذا هدفنا احنا كباحثين. إنه يدوا إيش something very critical. Okay, وهدفك الأخير هات تنشر إيش في المجلة عندي. لكن success of applied social researchers, no, is that the results are used by their sponsors in decision making. وهذا اللي يختلف عنا في العالم يا أخوان. إن الجامعات في العالم كله تتحول إلى مراكز بحث بالبلد. decision making يعني زي رؤية 2030. هل مرت بالجامعات؟ هل درسها فريق علمي؟ ممكن، ما ندري احنا. الخطة الاستراتيجية لجامعة الملك خالد هل مرت على باحثين متخصصين في الجامعة؟ هل شاركوا فيها؟ هل did they really investigate in it, provide their own feedback? Were they assigned to do certain tasks that they have, to tackle certain problems? Look at points of strength, points of success, of weakness, challenges, the politics, the economy, all environment, all factors. Have we really taken that into consideration? So it will be, طبعا الخطة الاستراتيجية is applied social research. It's one type of applied social research. The results, we don't care about if it's published in a journal or not. You care about that it will help you make decisions at the university. The problems that every day we tackle with our students. كل يوم احنا بنسبة طلاب ويسوون وشعورهم طوال والبنات ما ادري كيف تفسخوا. But what kind of applied research that we have done to deal with this problem? لأن most researchers احنا نتكلم الجامعة ارتقت في البحث العلمي صح؟ في الورق. But in reality, have we done anything to solve the problems that we face? عندنا the technical problems that we face. People of computer science, do they work with you to tackle these problems? Do they investigate these problems and provide solutions for you? هذه قضية احنا. The same thing in linguistics. We كل يوم حنقول our students are facing linguistic problems. They cannot read, they cannot write, they cannot speak, they cannot understand. Have we come up with practical solutions? A team, a real team working out to do this. هذا الفرق. تجد كلنا باحثين ما شاء الله. عبد الله بروفيسور ما شاء الله لكن أبو الرفن ما حد استفادنا ولا حد رضى. Then it's not practical. Even and this is why in such teams you work as a team. You don't work as a researcher. Okay. Components of research. طبعا هذا يقول لك 1/3 theory, 1/3 methodology, 1/3 epistemology is what you believe in about research, etc. Theories can be categorized by direction of reasoning, either deductive or inductive research. Okay, you deduce your data from the field, or you impose your own hypothesis and test it. Okay, levels of social reality that is explaining. طبعا عندنا macro, meso, and micro research. تذكرون يا شباب أخذتوا language policy, language planning؟ إن شاء الله. You will talk about macro means large-scale research. Meso means a middle-scale research where intermediary factors work. أول كان most research is macro and macro. Okay, but we found out later on that that cannot be like that. There are many things in between that people seem to overlook. وإن شاء الله نشوف later on. ما بنقضي وقت كثير فيها. What is formal, general, and what is substantive or specific? يعني something that we deal with general issues or we deal with يعني specific matters. Okay. Methodological approaches. طبعا here we talk about epistemology. Epistemology usually about your own belief system of what you're doing. Okay. There are three main epistemological perspectives. One, positivism. Positivism. طبعا هذه theory مشهورة بالعالم. Those are positives اللي يتكلمون عن cause and effect theory. Most. Then they're positive. Say if there is a cause, there is an effect. People say no, it's not like that. Yeah, it's more than cause and effect. There are many things in between. يعني هذا إذا مثلا حطيت هذا في الثلاجة in freezing position 0, it will turn, the effect will be solid water ice. We'll have ice. So it's very clear. If you boil it at 100 degrees, it starts, heat it and it just starts boiling. And these are positivist theory approaches, cause and effect. طبعا people might think of that as a different way. It's not only that. There are many other factors that are involved. This is what we observe. One factor, but there are other factors. If it's in space, it will be different. The freezing in Mars level water might not freeze at 0. And this is why صاحبنا هذا ما صاحبنا هذا Einstein came up with his theory. حتى he questioned the idea of gravity. He said gravity on Earth is different from gravity anywhere else. So gravity, even in Earth, it's not the same in every place. There are many factors that are involved. Then we talk about phenomenology, which is interested in social meanings, seeks to interpret, uses direct involvement, creates data on social interaction. Now here you look at a phenomenon, something, and you question. You raise question. You look at it from different perspectives. You collect data. You want to intensify and find out an issue. It could be based on certain beliefs, assumptions that you have, or you want to find out about it. And there is another type of epistemological research that you are critical. You are interested in understanding social phenomena in their social context, seeks out structural relationships. Data is historical, structural, and ideological. No, I'm very critical about this problem. I want to find out why it existed. How we can solutions. What is the history behind it? How it became structured and became accepted in the society. What are the ideologies behind it? Okay. How can you confront it with different ideology? وهذا يتحرك مع قضية اللي نتكلم عنها احنا الفكر الضال بنسميها أو الفكر المنحرف. Okay. How to handle it? What are the causes? ولهذا كل البحث اللي شفته superficial. Unfortunately, should be critical. We should be very serious in raising the issues to come up with truth value regarding how to handle a problem. ولهذا البحث العلمي عندما يستخدم يا اخوان الشعوب في العالم اللي ترتقت يعني all nations that really developed, they base their development on solid scientific research, objective, dealing with phenomena as it is. No matter if Abdullah agrees or disagrees, أنا أسوي ولا شيء اللي يرضيك أنا. Making my research. ولهذا they found even in Harvard they cooked their research. تعرفون cooked لما نتكلم عنه cooked معناته إيش؟ طبخوها كذا زي اللغة العربية. Harvard they just discovered that sugar companies, because in the United States they grow a lot of sugar canes. قصب السكر مليان. They want to يعني نتكلم عن producing thousands of tons, if not millions of tons of sugar to the world. Okay. This big business, talk about multi-billion business. Paid the researchers at Harvard, تكلم عن ايش Harvard, one of the most prestigious schools. And they later on طبعا تأنيب الذات بعض الباحثين قالوا والله كانوا يدفعونا فلوس نسوي ريسيرش عن ايش؟ إن that it's fat that is causing heart problems, and they didn't talk about sugar. They didn't say no, but they hid that fact. Okay. They were hiding this fact for a long period of time, and it became problematic nowadays in the world. Diabetes spread all over the world, many heart problems, so they couldn't really stop. They couldn't really, and they had to spill the beans. طبعا spill the beans تعرفون beans يعني ايش؟ شوفوا بيه يعني الفاصوليا. But it's not spilling the فاصوليا. Spilling the تعرفون الاكسبريشن ده يا بنات؟ To spill the beans. What does it mean to spill the beans? Spill, spilling, yeah. Spill the beans. Like it has nothing to do with spillings and has nothing to do with the beans. This is an idiomatic expression. Spill the beans. No, it's not wasting time. تسمعوني ولا لا؟ Raise your hand. ترى بخليكم stand up. ايوه جزاكم الله خير. أنا ترى الشباب هنا خليهم يوقفون. وقفوا يا شباب صح. توكلوا على الله. Okay. And you could do the same thing at your rooms. Please stretch your legs and your hands and let me know what spilling the beans is. Don't spill the beans. Don't tell people that I make you stand up in classes. After spilling the beans, to reveal the truth. To tell, no, you don't hide. You tell the truth about something. You reveal a secret. I'm spilling the beans. Okay, this is what it means. Spilling the beans. Okay. اللهم صل على رسول الله. الله يمكن تعبنا اليوم شوية. أنا اللي تعبت مو أنتم. Ontological considerations. I don't know what that is. طبعا logical. We talk about logic here. Things that we usually have when we deal with research sometimes. طبعا احنا نتكلم about هذا كل شيء يسمونه philosophy of research. The philosophy behind doing research. Why we do research? Why is research important? What are the types of research? How our belief system is involved in research. Okay. Very important issues. Sometimes people think research, you go to the library, لا قبل هذا you know what research is. Why you are researching. What you are researching. Why you're researching such way. What is the purpose? What is your belief about what you're doing? On what basis you're doing research? Why not doing it this way? Why you chose this theory? Why didn't you choose the other theory? Why you follow this methodology? Why not the other methodology? Okay, because each method could do it, but you have chosen this methodology because of a certain purpose. Following the certain methods have many tools. Why did it choose this tool instead of other tools؟ ولا لا؟ تقدر تطبخ أي قدر صح ولا لا؟ ليه طبخت في قدر الضغط ما طبخت في قدر المدري شو حق البخار ولا why؟ You see? We have objectivism. Objectivism phenomena independent of social actors. يعني you are very objective. You have nothing to do with the actors that are involved. أنا أبغى أشوف دور المحامين في الدفاع عن القضايا الخاصة مثلا الطلاب في المدارس. شيء ما علم المحامين ولا علم الطلاب ولا أنا I'm looking at this. Yes, I am very objective. Organizations and culture are said to exist as a tangible object external to the social actor. وهذا مهم جدا يا أخوان. إنه you're not doing research in vacuum. You're looking, you work with organizations, with different systems. And when you do social research, it's very dangerous. In the sense, if it's not objective, it may turn out with fake results that might harm people. ولهذا الدراسات اللي تعمل على قضية that we do nowadays about teaching English. طبعا they have this concept, earlier is better. This is from a teaching perspective that is not based on research. كلام كذب ده. Okay, native speakers are better than native speakers. These are generalizations that are not acceptable in research. ومع ذلك حنا we accept them as language teachers. وإنه نصاب والمدارس ووزارة التعليم سووا هذا الحين لو ابتدائي تحطه في الرضاعة هذا يرضع من أمه. الظاهر في. And I'm telling you what's going on because it's not based on objective research. It's directed research. It's not even a hypothesis. It's directed research that you do what other people want. Okay? Because there are many factors. طبعا الشركات الحين نتكلم بالطريقة دي. This is a multi-billion business that's taking place in the world. When you come up with these assumptions, you serve those people. They will help you. Will give you tickets to go to London and study there and have fun. They will give you opportunities. But if as a researcher, they will publish your books. They will ask you to become part of their team. But if you work against the current, now you work against an organization. Constructionism, which is social phenomena, and their meanings are continually being accomplished by social actors. It is a continuum. Any social phenomena that we deal with today might be different from yesterday. You talk about language acquisition, you talk about the introduction. I'm just going to نتكلم عن the names of girls and boys at different generations. Okay, this is social phenomena and linguistic social phenomena, socio-linguistic phenomena. What are the causes? What are the factors? Yesterday it was something, today it's something else. Tomorrow it might be even different. Okay. مع بداية الصحوة كان في زينب وخديجة وعائشة والشيماء وفاطمة وخنساء. You look at these names, okay? And later on, when we have become too much modernized, affected by the media, might be, you see? I don't know, the prestige has changed, our perspective changed, our value system changed. فلهذا يا إخوان, these are not really easy issues. And many factors play, social actors involved, okay? Not only produced through social research, through social interaction, but they are in a constant state of revision. Now we go into research design, وهذا جانب مهم جدا جدا جدا. Okay, اللي تكلمنا عنه ترى هذا كله research philosophy وهو مهم. I tell you the truth that when you approach research with no sound philosophical background, تجي هناك نايف. تجيش نايف, just like you have money and you want to do business, but you have no idea about the marketplace. You don't know what business that you want to deal with. You don't know who are the main actors, the main players. You don't know why you're doing business. So you want to make money, you want to improve the society. You see? When you come to research, you come with this philosophy. With this philosophy. Let me stop here for a while. طبعا احنا راح نمشي إن شاء الله process واحد by واحد. one meeting we'll design our research questions. ما نسوي شيء ليش? We come up with our research question. How to select a topic, يعني in meetings. طبعا عادة الكلاس هذا يدرس independent لكن I don't think independent study لكن I think we need to go step by step with each other. يعني we do workshops نشتغل ورش عمل أكثر من نظريا in how to research, review related literature. For example, what type of literature related to me. عمل السيرش library search وهذا بنسويه إن يوم ممكن حتى ندخل على الإنترنت. أنا والله ما أعرف مشكلتي هنا إن ما حد درسنا نستخدم السيستم هذا نستخدمه as novice. تعرفون novice؟ مبتدئين. يعني beginners is not a good word. novice is they call it novice. Okay. طبعا هذا novice يستخدمون اللي يركبون الخيل يقول لك you're a novice. هذاك باقي يتعلم. Okay. So review related literature. لأن أحيانا you get literature that is not related to what you do. وأقول لكم أمانة خذوها مني. الكتاب هذا اسمه Writing for Readers. If you want to be a good researcher, you need to be not a good reader only, a bookworm. طبعا planning the research, what methodologies, قلت الكلام هذا, data that you want to deal with, how you can collect data, what is research approach that is feasible that you could see will be there. مهم حاجة في البحث العلمي يا اخوان خاصة احنا كمسلمين. انا والله اقول لك عبادة يعني ولهذا العلماء الإسلام كان يجلس على مسألة واحدة شهر. الحديث واحد يروح البخاري من العراق إلى اليمن يمر شهر ويرجع ثمانية وعينه كذا. لكن they enjoyed what they do. يعني look at it as a form of worship عبادة. أنا enjoy it. I might help the Muslims with it. أنا أقولها بجد لا ضيع وقتك في شيء ما منه فائدة. What is the benefit of this? If somebody would read this, what are they going to benefit? If I translate it to another language, will it make a big difference? Is it going to affect somebody's life? Is it going to affect my life? Is it going to give me a better understanding of who I am, of the universe around me,